The prince made peace with his wife simultaneously with Queen Margrethe's abdication. Denmark ended 2023 with an announcement about the end of Margrethe's reign. It took the queen a long time to pluck the flower that symbolized her name to make this decision. We don't know, but although she insists she is leaving the throne because time moves on and due to a delicate back surgery she underwent last year, it seems that the Madrid scandal involving her son Frederik and Genoveva Casanova in November last year was a real reason for this sudden abdication. Let's not forget that Margrethe of Denmark always said that abdication was not in her plans, as being a queen was a lifelong duty, and so it would remain until the Danes hear, "The queen is dead. Long live the king." Many believe that this retirement at the age of 83, after 52 years of reign, happened precisely to settle and finally leave behind the last scandal with Frederik, which put the Danish monarchy to the pillar of shame and left the marriage of the heir and Mary Donaldson on tenterhooks. In what can be considered a crown-saving operation, everyone plays their role, and if Margrethe decided to abdicate the throne, Mary stepped forward and forgave her husband, who seems to have done his homework for her. This was evident at the New Year's dinner, which took place at the Amalienborg Palace, where the princes smiled, relaxed, and as if nothing had happened between them. Of course, there are those who believe that Mary Donaldson could have given her mother-in-law and her husband an ultimatum demanding the throne without further delay. Either way, the queen abdicated the throne on January 14, a symbolic and special date, as she succeeded her beloved father Frederick IX after his death on January 14, 1972. 52 years later, Frederik ascended to the throne, although it is well known that there was a time when he did not want to reign. 5 years ago, on his 50th birthday, he stated that in his youth he wanted to disappear when he realized that he would one day become king. "I saw my life go by, and I realized that suddenly I had to behave like an adult," he confessed. And he added that this concern turned into fear at 18, when his duties as a prince increased. His reaction to his true destiny was rebellion and a decision to live as fast as possible, not only because of his love for motorcycles, cars, and speed, but also for women. From this moment on, a war began between Queen Margrethe and her son over the sovereign's intransigence in matters of love. Besides his first love, Frederik marked several relationships, as well as tense relations with his mother. In the early 90s, he dated model Malou Amund, who was married but in the process of divorce, and on New Year's Eve 1992, the couple was arrested. The two were leaving a party and driving in a car, which she was driving under the influence of alcohol and speeding. Frederik graced all covers, and the scandal reached Parliament. Later, the Queen's firstborn had relationships with Claudia Storcombe, a lingerie model. Like Eva Sanum, Margrethe opposed these relationships because she considered them unsuitable for someone who would occupy the throne at the time and demanded her son end them. In response, he told the newspaper Berlingske Tidende, "The heart decides, not tradition." That's what he believed. Because, in the end, the young woman eased the situation and made a statement ending her relationship with the prince, which left him depressed. Then came Bettina Odom, another model and also a designer, and Danish pop singer Maria Montell, in whom Frederik was madly in love. This last love was so strong that he even introduced her to King Juan Carlos during a meeting in Palma de Mallorca during Holy Week in 1998. But soon after, Montell appeared topless with Frederik on the cover of a yacht. "The publication of such photos was distressing and harmful to me," confessed the young woman, who lived with Frederik in a private apartment of the prince in the royal palace of Copenhagen. The Queen's rigid behavior continued with Mary Donaldson, to whom the sovereign was not kindly disposed because she was a commoner. Margrethe continued to resist even after she allowed her son to marry the Australian, a young woman who did not reveal unspeakable secrets in her past, leaving the sovereign with insufficient justifications to refuse this union. Margrethe's position was so rigid that on the first day of 2004, Maria spent alone, 5 months before the wedding, due to the Queen's refusal to allow her to participate in the traditional official dinner at the palace to celebrate the new year. There is no doubt that Frederik's marriage to Maria was made for love. Not only because of the prince's tears of tenderness and the words he said at the wedding, "You give me security, joy, and happiness. I love you, Maria," but also because of the Feast of Kisses at the cathedral altar and on the palace balcony. However, now that fate has presented him with a challenge he has been preparing for all his life, Frederik ascends to the throne at the lowest point of his popularity and with a warm marriage. Let's see if he can bear the weight of the crown, as his mother did. Rumor has it that he is still in love with Genoveva, who, after all the scandal with the current king, is again experiencing relationship problems. Health.